When I started this channel, one thing became abundantly clear. I needed a place to store all my DVDs and Blu-rays. Right now, they're just thrown in boxes and scattered throughout my basement, and I finally decided to turn this space into a DVD shelf. My first instinct was to look on Amazon for something that I could just assemble quickly, but with these prices and my unique space, I decided to build something custom for it. Now, let me pause here to tell you guys that I am not a handyman. I don't build things like this every day. And when I do build things like this, I build it for function, not for beauty. So if you're looking for the most beautiful DVD shelf you've ever seen, you're probably not going to find it here. But if you're looking for inspiration for a shelf that'll hold your DVD collection, here's what I did. The space that I have for this DVD shelf is about 60 inches wide by about 30 inches tall, which is enough for 3 shelves, 2 of which will be 8 inches and 1 will be about 11 inches. The rest of the space will be taken up by the shelves themselves. And with that, I am armed with everything I need to go to my favorite store, the Home Depot. Picked up some plain board and some corner braces and got to work. I took my plain board, I cut them into 5-foot sections, and I knew I wanted the first 2 shelves to be 8 inches tall. I also had this idea that that third shelf would be a little bit taller in case I get any DVDs or box sets that take up a little bit more space than your average DVD case. From there, I was just assembling. I put the plain boards together, I braced them with those corner braces that I bought. Those seemed to work really well. In the top corners, I also added some wood glue and some wood screws for some extra strength. Once I had everything assembled, I then spray painted. If you want to know why I use spray paint, I don't really have a good reason. I just had some leftover primer and black spray paint in my garage and decided that that's what I was going to use. If I didn't have that, I probably would have just went to Home Depot and bought some black paint and painted this on. Spray painting this was kind of a pain in the butt. Once I had everything assembled, everything was dry, I brought it inside the house where I set it up. I secured this to the studs in my wall just to make sure it would never tip over. Once I had that assembled, it fit like a glove. I decided to start loading it up with my DVDs, and I ran into one tiny problem. As you can see here, the DVD shelves actually started to sag a little bit in the middle, and I was concerned long term that that wasn't going to hold up. So I made these 2 little braces to go in between, and that seemed to work perfectly. Now I have this nice DVD shelf showcasing all of my DVDs. The one problem I have now is I still have more DVDs and not enough shelf space, so I'm gonna have to build another one. All in all, it cost me about $57 out of my pocket to build this. That was for the 4 boards and the corner braces. Everything else I already had, but if you want to add in another $30, that's how much it would have cost for the paint, the primer, and any little odds and ends like wood glue or screws if you don't happen to have those lying around. Anyway, if you found this video interesting, leave a like. And if you're watching this and you're interested into deep dives into DVDs and some hidden features they have, you should subscribe. I have a lot of great content on the channel all about that.